Okay. What's with the Eucharist? Right? Well, we'll see. Hop on in.
I think that's my biggest qualm here is the Eucharist. I think that's so. What within Catholicism, what are the rules and regulations on the proper reception of the Eucharist? Like what qualifications for, like, let's say there's like a Protestant that does his research and realizes that that there is just one way to receive the true body and divinity of Christ. How would he go about doing that?
He would go through OCIA.
OCIA.
Most people still refer to it as RCIA. It was rite of Christian initiation for adults. Now it's order of Christian initiation for adults. Basically, at that point, you're kind of just there to fulfill the obligation to go through it. If you've studied your way in, like I did. I ended up teaching a couple of my RCIA classes because they didn't know what I knew. One of the people at my RCIA, the teachers, had an NKJV that they brought. They're missing 7 books. They didn't even know there were missing books. All right, so yeah, depending on where you go, you're probably just going to be sitting
like,
there.
Bro, where's your Tobit?
Yeah, where's Tobit?
Where's your Tobit, bro?
Where's Judith? Where is Judith? Okay, real quick, I have to say this. There was one time I was trying to tell somebody that the Catholic Bible has 7 more books because Martin Luther took out 7 books. If I gave him the Bible, the full Bible, the 73 books, and told him, open it up, you're likely to find a book you know. You opened it up to Judith. And I was he's like, I don't recognize this. He's like, of course you get one of the 7 books you're not familiar with.
Right to it.
Flip right to the book. And okay, anyways, yes. So a person who studied their way in, they would just go to RCIA. They'd go to OCIA or RCIA.
What's just that, like at a local mat?
You would find a church nearby.
Catholic church.
Preferably, you'd find a traditional one. I don't like putting like Catholics in like this box. We're like traditional. I'm a TLM Catholic. I'm a Novus Ordo Catholic. I'm a this Catholic. I'm a that Catholic. We're Catholic. But some priests are more traditional minded than others.
Yeah.
And those more traditional minded type people, the ones who love the fullness of the Catholic tradition, I should say, just proper Catholic,
Mm-hmm.
they'll have a good RCIA, or you might just meet one-on-one with the priest, and that would be great.
So, how long of a commitment is that?
So that would be dependent on your whether you just meet with the priest or
meet a couple times.
If you're going to go the way of meeting with the priest, it's up to you and the priest. The priest will test you, right? He'll ask you questions, he'll ask him questions, see where you are. If you truly know your stuff and you truly believe your stuff, I had a friend who was ready to just join the Catholic Church almost immediately. But you might have to wait. Traditionally, you get confirmed on Easter Vigil.
Yeah. So you go through that process. Now you can attend Mass, and
now you can receive the Eucharist. You were always able to.
Well, that's what I mean.
Mass.
You attend Mass and receive the Eucharist. So, now in maintaining that, you have to have a schedule of repentance toward, or confession toward, a priest.
So it's not like okay, every Thursday I'm going to confession.
Yeah.
It's not like that kind of schedule. It's more of a daily examine. You examine yourself every day. That's what you should be doing. And most of the time, you're not going to find any mortal sins throughout your day. Might things that you were mad about, but mere occasions of sin don't count as a sin if you didn't fall into sin. Now you are human. You're going to fail. And when you've known you fail, or in your exam and you've realized, oh snap, I've been sinning this whole time, right? Like, let's say you're just doing your job. You're just at your job, you're doing your thing, but one day you realize that you've been neglecting something just because it's not necessarily due right now, but you really should have been doing it. And you're convicted about that.
Yeah.
That's sloth, right? Because you've been lazy about doing your work. What you gonna do about it? You go to confession. Or you've actually done sinned. Why did I say it like that? You've
done sin.
You've done sin, man. You've sinned. You've fallen into a temptation that has been a constant battle for you.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that is, vice. Then you go to confession. And we're blessed to have right around us. There's a parish that has confession every day at 11:30 a.m. Go. I frankly love going to the parish because they have Eucharistic adoration for an hour before and 2 hours after Mass.
Yeah, that's something I've never actually done.
You've never gone to Eucharistic adoration? Because you're missing out with Eucharistic adoration.
That sounds cool, though. I would love to try adoration too. I have a friend that goes, and he talked about having a very profound mystical experience.
It is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and I would love to take part. We should do that sometime. Is that even on Sunday?
That's every day of the week.
Just at any point?
Well, depending on what church you go to.
Okay.
Most churches have Eucharistic adoration.
Like, so after Mass, that's something you could do?
Okay, so for the sake of that parish that I go to for confession, it's in the parish. It's right there. Most are not in the same room. It's a separate chapel. It's a Eucharistic adoration chapel that's attached to the building.
Okay.
And it's just a beautiful. I'll go, meaning to go for like an hour. I lose track of time there.
Amazing.
It's just beautiful to be able to sit with Jesus.
Is this something that you're like spending time thinking about, like trying to wrap your head around what it is, or trying to like move past that in faith? And like, are these things that you wrestle with, like you think about, or do you just try not to?
I don't really wrestle with anything anymore like that. When I wrestle, it's more about my flesh. I might be praying for something, but the Eucharistic adoration is literally just sitting in a room with Jesus.
Yeah, and coming to terms with that is what I mean by wrestle. Like that concept. It doesn't mean that to. Okay, I was going to ask you, how do you get somebody that is very flippant about that idea to put some weight on it? Like, I'm trying to think of how to answer that. Like that there's this like very it's so careless. It doesn't seem to matter to Protestants. Like, how do you make that more important or put some like urgency on it? Like,
it depends on the person. That's again that like Protestantism has a lot of beauty in it, but each person is their own pope. Each person decides what is important and what's not. So it depends on the person how you would. Like, frankly, if a person could handle this, you know what I would say? If a person was ready to like hear some hard truth, here's something I would say. Saint Ignatius, again, 100s AD, he is quoted saying, and nobody fought him on it, if you don't receive the body and blood of Christ, you're not Christian. You're not even Christian if you don't receive Jesus' body, blood, soul, and divinity in the Eucharist. That's what he said. The church now, in her wisdom, has opened the door for Protestants to call themselves Christians and to be part of the Church Catholic, not Catholic Church, the Church Catholic, universal, by virtue of their baptism. If you're a baptized Christian, you're Christian, whether you're Protestant, Orthodox, Catholic.
Yeah, which I think is more or less a distinction that early church members would agree with. Like,
but I'm just saying, like, one of the earliest church fathers.
Yeah,
well
respected,
respected,
often quoted.
Yeah, he flat out said, if you don't receive him, you're not Christian. Like, I think you should wrestle with that.
That's something to consider, and I think that's why I put so much time and thought into it. And like, I think that's something for me is where I'm at this point is like, you can't put yourself inside of someone else to see what their like mentality is or feels like or looks like, and there's a lot of like things that are mysteries of faith that ebb and flow as far as how real they are to me at any given time. You know what I mean? And like, I've been with the concept of, resurrection my entire life. I've been with the concept of like healing and, miracles of like I was just reading in John 6, there was a bunch of like, actually reading the Bible, I think the one thing that stuck out to me this time around where like I'm a true believer, I think that I can classify myself as that, this point in my life. I think up until now I was adjacent, but now I truly believe. And there's one thing in the Bible that keeps happening that I'm always struck by and that I think is kind of funny when it happens is like when people teleport. Like, that is amazing to me. Like, who was it that was like zapped somewhere in Acts? Was it the person that came back, or was it Stephen?
No.
Who was it that was talking to the eunuch?
Philip.
He was the one that got zapped somewhere.
Up.
Yeah,
and he was.
and that just happened in John too. Like, the whole boat was just suddenly where they were trying to go.
How about when they wanted to throw Jesus off the cliff and he just like turned invisible?
Yeah. It's like amazing. Like, he just
walked through them.
Like, straight up like Assassin's Creed, just blended in.
How do you blend in when you're the guy they're trying to grab? They have in their arms.
Hold a fast one on them.
They're happy with like.
That's amazing. Yeah,
like those scenes in movies where like they have the guy in handcuffs, and he's like, "Oh yeah," and then the police himself is in the handcuffs instead.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, I think the teleporting is really getting me going. And there's
the boat, yeah, that's teleportation. But with Philip and Elijah and Enoch, they were all just like brought to heaven.
Yeah, just whoop,
just in heaven.
It's amazing. So there's these like fantastic things that happen, and you have faith in it. Like, I have no reason to question.
And yet you question the Eucharist.
Yeah, I do only because like I think that like that skepticism was built into me from Protestantism. I think that there's this little cannibal thing attached to it,
Yeah, but also that's what the world thought the Christians were doing.
Yeah,
like that's what they thought.
Yeah,
they get together and they eat this guy named Jesus.
Well, that's right. That's right.
That's what they thought.
But I think it's like there's something powerful like within the mystery, like what the mystery of faith. Like,
when we eat this bread and drink this cup, we proclaim your death, O Lord, until you come again.